Okay, so tonight's call, we are going to be talking about some new leader conference notes recap. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And okay, so new leader conference, what it is my next slide. You must be a 2-star diamond by, oh, dang it, that's what I was still needing to do. I didn't find the date. I believe it's as long as you can qualify for it all the way up until December. But for you to go and be there recognized as a premier coach, November 24th, I believe or maybe it's 26th, the Wednesday night of before that end of November, that's when you'll have to be a 2-star if you wanted to be recognized as premier and have, I think, 135 elite points. So that's where I wanted to fill that in. So elite points, if you're a newer coach, we will eventually get to that, but basically you get elite points for signing on coaches with a challenge pack, for helping your coaches hit Success Club, and for increasing your team volume. And so basically that just means you and your team are doing more this year than you've done the year before. So, and Bonnie Engel, who, has been on the National Wake Up Call, she's a 15-star diamond coach. She was a top 5 coach. She barely qualified for New Leader Conference in 2015. She was a 2-star diamond, barely got there. And this year she was a 15-star top 5 coach speaking there. So that right there is total motivation that if she can do that, honestly, anybody can. And I'm like super awkward. I went up to her to take a picture and I said, I always tell my team all the time, if you can do it, anybody can. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean it like that. Like it sounded so terrible, but it's true. Like, honestly, if she can do that in a year, honestly, anything is possible. Hotel accommodations are paid for if you have X amount of elite points. I couldn't find it for sure, but I think it's 60 elite points. I'll have to check. But yeah, so I had and I had a free hotel while I was there, and was awesome training. Carl was there. Everybody from corporate was there. So it was just a really great conversation. Okay. You get lots of goodies and are treated like a rock star. I got energized packets, individual samples. I got a book bag. I got a notebook. I got a hat. And it wasn't like a stupid P90 hat that nobody ever wears. It was like a cute beanie. There was a scarf. What else did we get? We got a water bottle. We got our lunches and dinners were included breakfast. We got to do a live sneak peek workout with Tony Horton with the 22-minute hardcore, which isn't even released till March. So we got some really awesome stuff. And then we got some to try cafe latte too. I mean, it's out, but and we had some awesome events and then training as well. So picture opportunities. I took a picture with Tony Horton. I took a picture with Bonnie Engel. I took a picture with Michael Neiman. I don't even know who else I met, but it was really cool to be able to, talk to people. And then also some of the magic really happens when you're brainstorming with other coaches that are there. Like I was talking to one girl who's a coach under Becca Robinson, who was a coach under Lindsay Matway, and Becca Robinson was like top 30 in the company. And so she shared some really awesome stuff for me that, I shared some stuff for her. So it was just really, really cool to make connections. And, we made it a point to go and sit with a table of people that we didn't know. It was Carolyn and Jessica Hill and I, and we were trying to talk to other people because we wanted to pick other people's brains about how they did things. So it was really cool. Okay, so I'm calling out the following diamonds that I know will be there. And these are people that are currently diamonds. Sarah Smith, Tanner, Melissa, Molly, Angela, Danielle, and Autumn. And I know for a fact that they will all be at least 2-star to qualify for that. So for me, like I didn't qualify. When I went there, they had special seating for elite. Everybody else, premier was on the side. And then anybody that got to be there, like maybe they had 2-star, but not enough points to be premier, they just kind of were still there, but it was really cool to be there as elite and have like a special, we were the only people with tables. It just really made you feel extra special. So you can get there without being premier or elite, but definitely want to go with one of those titles to be like, I worked my butt off, I did this, but just going there in general is awesome. But it was really cool, I think, that for somebody that didn't get to go the year before, it's not like there's a leadership, which is in October, and that's for 5-star. So if you qualified to go to leadership, you couldn't then go to the national or the new leader conference the next year, because new leader conference is for 2-star and above. If you went straight and qualified for leadership, then you don't get to do both. But I know that I will be going to leadership this year, which is just 5-star and above, and it's like new leader conference, like to the 10th power. It's even cooler. So, and they just spoil you rotten. So, yep, takes place in October for leadership. Be a paid 5-star diamond with 60 elite points by, I think it's October. And honest to God, I totally forgot to go back and fill these in. So if you're, I will look into this and get that information for you. But I'm not exactly sure the date. But yeah, again, your room is paid for, and they spoil you even more at leadership. Okay, so Premier Elite, what does it mean? And just write down the number, the FAQ 5613, and you can look up more information there too. But Premier Coach, you have to be a 2-star diamond coach by, and I just keep, oh yeah, November 24th. That's where it is. You have to hit 2-star by November 24th, 2016, and hold it for 6 consecutive weeks until December 29th to be considered. So for me, when I hit 5-star on November 26th, 25th or something this year, I had to hold that for 6 weeks in order to be elite. So that is like the scariest 6 weeks of your life, but that is the goal date for you to hold that for Premier. You have to have 135 elite points, and we will talk more on how you get elite points, but I basically told you signing coaches, getting coaches to hit Success Club, and increasing your volume. So if you want to see your elite and premier qualifications, once you're diamond, they start updating this. So check in your Coach Online office. You click on my business tab, my qualifications, my elite and premier qualifications. And I uploaded this, or I will upload this into our Google Drive so that you can click on things. But yeah, if you go to that FAQ, they will tell you more terms and conditions. And secondary CBCs contribute to elite points differently for each elite point type. So once you do get a second business center, which means once you're a 2-star coach, you get to open a second business center. And basically that just means you get to sponsor yourself as another coach. So you're signing up, you have to fill in a form and everything. You pay the $40, you get it refunded, but it's you as a new coach, and you get to choose where you place it too, which is cool. So I put mine on my weak leg, and it's going to help, it helps my volume grow. But I actually got that business center to diamond, so it counted as one of my stars. So one of my star diamonds. So if you're a newer coach, what a star diamond coach means is that you have a diamond coach under you. So when you hit diamond, and then you are helping your team grow, and then you get a coach hit diamond, you became a 1-star diamond. If you had 5 coaches on one leg hit diamond, you would not be a 5-star coach. You have to have your first 2 coaches that are hit diamond have to be opposite each other. So to be a 2-star, you have to have one on your left leg, one on your right leg. We'll just say it that way. So just know that to hit 2-star, you do have to have them on opposite legs. But yeah, so it's really cool because, for me hitting 5-star, 2 of them were basically me, because one was Matt's account and one was my second business center. So, all right. And what does elite mean? And again, this FAQ is 7626. If you want to look up more information in your Coach Online office, just go to FAQ and then you would type in that number. So you'd be a 5-star diamond with 135 elite points, and you have to hit 5-star and hold it for 6 weeks you have to hit it by November 24th. And like I said, it can include your second CBC as a diamond. It can include like your significant other, a spouse, if you're working that. And if this is kind of over your head, don't worry. It's okay. You'll get to a point where you're understanding it. but this is just kind of things for those people that are trying to figure it out. So, okay. So a lot of times people are like, what is ATV? What is, the different, oh, I think I get to that later. What is the difference between this and what does this mean? So I am going to get to that too. Elite rewards. When you hit elite, you get, title of 2015 elite coach, or yours will be 2016. On stage recognition at Summit. So that was kind of special. Like for me, I was 2-star last year and I got to, they lined you all up and they were just like, oh, 2-star and then 3-star, and your name was on the screen, but it was a little different than elite. You actually get announced. There's your picture, there's your name, and you go one by one. So that was definitely like everybody's looking at you, a big deal for recognition. Okay, maybe one of my favorite things is that you get express line checkout at the core at Summit. So I don't have to wait in those lines, because those lines are kind of a pain in the butt. So don't hate me, but you will get there too. And Summit, if you're new, that's our national conference, and they come out with all kinds of new gear. It's really awesome. That's where I save my money to spend that on that, because I don't really buy gear on the website throughout the year, and so I save my money and I buy it there, and I'm like, oh, it's a tax write-off. So I get a 2015 custom elite jacket at Summit. Priority registration for Summit activities, front of the line access for workouts, which, there's a ton of people. There's 20,000 plus people there. So you're fighting for things. There's an elite evening at Summit. $200 will be awarded to cover lodging. Ooh, I didn't even see that. Good to know. To be paid in commissions. So 2 VIP seats to the general session and celebration. So basically you've got a lot of VIP seating. You also get to go to the 2016 leadership retreat, which I was just talking about. Just basically a lot of special attention, and you get to, at Summit they had seats right in front of the stage and things like that. So I'll be there. Elite bonus, $100 a month. So if you are elite, you get $100 per month. If you're in the top 200 elite coaches, you receive an additional $400 per month. So I will have, as long as you if you hold 5-star for at least 1 week out of the month, then you will get that $100 bonus. And for me, we were 105, so I also get that 400. So I will have a $500 a month bonus as long as I am at least 5-star for 1 week out of the month, which is awesome. I'm just telling myself now, that's money I don't even know that I have. It's all going to debt. Elite coach, yeah, I don't need to talk about that. So, and you get a guitar with your name on it at Summit. So whatever star you are by the time that you need to be recognized at Summit, and I just tried to look this up today. I don't know, so I have to find it. But just as if with elite, you had to have it, hit diamond, whatever star by this date. For Summit to be recognized on stage, they do have a cutoff, and I can't remember. I couldn't find it online, so I have to dig for that. But whatever star you are, you will also get recognized for that. So I was 2-star last year. We got recognized for that, and you guys will too. Okay, so this is where I'm talking about elite and premier points. So the first category is Success Club. Get your coaches to hit Success Club. You get 1 point for every 2015 and 2016 coach that hits Success Club. So for me, Matt's account, I signed him up in 2013, so he doesn't make me any elite points. And he's on my strong leg, so I don't worry about getting him to Success Club because there's no benefit for me. But okay, so bonus, elite Success Club points are doubled when you hit Success Club yourself. So this should be a duh. You should be hitting Success Club anyways. So you would be getting 2 points. For every coach that that has signed in 2015 or 2016 that hit Success Club. Set goal to help 4 coaches hit Success Club a month. So they gave us a formula, and they said, basically, if you sign 4 coaches a month and you help 4 coaches every month hit Success Club, you will have your elite points, given that your volume will also be increased. So that's just kind of a good guide as long as you're continuing growing your team. 4 coaches a month hitting Success Club and signing at least 4 coaches, that's a pretty good goal to hit, to set to hit elite. Personal volume, PV, is only 2016 PS coaches earn you points. So that's why it's really important for you to sign coaches, especially in the first quarter, because, not really necessarily in the first quarter, but as you sign these coaches, they are earning you points. So that's basically them signing up with a challenge pack is going to help that. Every 500 PV, personal volume points, generated by your 2016 coaches, and anytime you see PS, that means personally sponsored, that means you are their coach, gets you 1 point. So again, set a goal to sign 4 coaches a month. And this may be a little over your head as a new coach, and that's okay. Don't freak out. Don't be like, oh my gosh, I don't know what you want. Just basically know that you need to be signing coaches with challenge packs, and you need to be helping your coaches hit Success Club and hitting Success Club yourself. Now, the third category is advancement team volume. And increase your overall team volume each year. And this goes 3 generations down. So it can be your coaches, your coaches' coaches, and your coaches' coaches' coaches. But that doesn't go all the way down. And I didn't realize this. I thought it was your entire downline, but it's only 3 generations down. So what they do is they take the volume of your 3 generations, so the volume from your team from 2016 minus the volume from 2015, and then divide it by 10,000, and that gives you the elite points. So for every 10,000 points, you'll earn 1 elite point. So basically, just keep growing your team, keep growing your volume, and that's just going to kind of happen organically as long as you're adding coaches and helping your coaches hit Success Club, and they're adding coaches too. So then I just want to talk to you a little bit about quarterly and elite bonuses, because sometimes I don't talk about this with new coaches. I used to all the time, and I've kind of changed how I talk about it. So I think this is a good topic to have every here and there to make sure that people know how much potential you have to how much money potential you have if you're working hard. So quarterly bonuses for 2-star, 5-star, 10-star, and 15-star diamond. And again, that means how many diamond coaches you have personally sponsored underneath you. If you qualify for a higher bonus, you still get the lower bonus as well. So a 5-star bonus is anywhere between $2,000 to $3,000 quarterly, but you also would receive the 2-star bonus, which is about $750 to $800. And they increase as you go. If you get all of them, it's about, so if you're a 15-star diamond, you're getting about $40,000 quarterly in bonuses. And that's more than I made an entire year before I even found Beachbody. So that's like crazy to me to think about. So, yeah, that is a awesome goal. And so fun fact, Janelle Summers and Melanie Mitchell and Lindsay Matway. Do they all have 3? They are superstar diamond. Actually, I don't know if Melanie Mitchell is in 3 yet. I can't remember for sure. I should know this. Superstar diamond in 3 business centers. So that means their business center, their second business center, and then when your second business center gets 2-star, you can open another business center. You can open up to 25 business centers. They have 15 diamonds in all 3 of those. So they're making $120,000 quarterly in bonuses alone. Like just think about that. $120,000 quarterly in bonuses. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Even if you just hit 5-star in both of them, like that's amazing. So yeah, definitely just know that there's a huge potential. Quarterly bonus dates, where you need to be certain paid rank to receive, are all found. If you just do the FAQ, I didn't fill this in. If you just do the FAQ and do quarterly bonuses, you'll find that. Elite coaches are eligible for $100 a month bonus. Yeah, I talked about that. And then the $400. So definitely incentive to hit elite, push your business forward. Okay, so lead with purpose. I want you, if you're a diamond right now, it's just kind of should just definitely be your goal to hit 2016 elite coach. I started 2015 as a diamond coach and ended as a 5-star elite with also a 1-star in my second business center and also 2 stars under Matt. So I had 8 diamonds altogether by the time I ended 2015, and I had 0 when I started. So I'm just telling you that it is possible. And again, Bonnie Engel, who I told you about her story. Be relentless. And Carl kept drilling this home. Be relentless. It will be hard at the beginning, and know that, and expect no's, and expect to have a lot of people, tell you, no thanks, like, I don't have the money. That's going to happen. And just go in there knowing that, and don't get your feathers, all upset when you hear that, and just know that's part of it. That's going to happen. So don't give up. Go in there knowing I'm going to have a lot of people tell me no. I'm going to have a lot of people tell me that's silly. I don't want to do that. Is this a pyramid scheme? You're going to have that, but go in there knowing that. And it's like night and day. Like, okay, cool. Got another no. I'm going to go on to the next one. And when somebody tells you a no, plug them into a free group. Don't write them off forever, because a no just means not right now. I can't tell you how many people, and plenty of you on the call, have said no to your upline and then come back later. So it is just a not right now. So I want you to set a goal to be here a year from now. Because if I would have just said the first couple months, this is okay, but it's not great, I don't know if this is going to happen, I can't even tell you how different my life would be. And even now, just looking at where I was this past January and where I am now, last year I over doubled my income, and as of right now, I'm on track to do that again. So what other job can you have that you're like, if I work hard, can I double my income? Nowhere. So it's not a get rich quick. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to sign up as a coach and I'm going to double my income. I worked my butt off, but you can too. It's not hard. It's like, oh, I'm sitting on the couch. Let me do invites instead of watching this TV show, or instead of a Netflix marathon, I'm going to make sure that I follow up with those people that, commented on my post. So just know that it will be sacrifice, but it's not hard. It's just you being consistent every day. And if you really want something and you really think about those goals, you want to pay off debt, you want to pay for your car, you want to have a vacation, you want to help your parents, you go on vacation, you want to finally not be living paycheck to paycheck, then freaking turn the TV off and work for 30 extra minutes. That's the only difference, is not being afraid to do what, I always say, I love this saying, live now how others won't, so you can live later how others can't. So put in the work now that, maybe being at the bar or maybe watching your 10th episode of Breaking Bad would be more fun than doing what you're doing. But you're changing lives, and you are changing you and your family's lives in the process. And that's just kind of what you have to think about you. That's why your why has to be really cut and dry. It has to be clear, and know that I'm going to do it when I don't feel like it. And I'm going to make time when I don't have time, because this is what I want to happen. So I just can't tell you how much different my life is now from last year. It's just night and day. And from the 2 years before, when I was still working and Matt was living at his job, that's no life that I ever want to even imagine going back to. So, lead with purpose, not with wealth. This was another big takeaway. Instead of always, and I'm a big money person, financial stress is my biggest thing. Like, I have anxiety over finances all the time. Just as Matt, I'm so obnoxious. Like, that's my biggest stressor. And so a lot of times I lead with the money. When inviting people to coaching, I definitely talk about other stuff too, but I have a definite habit of talking about how it's helped me financially, because that's what stresses me out so much. But lead with your purpose and not with your wealth. If someone wants to get healthier, you have a solution. Someone wants to inspire others, you have a solution. Lead with helping people, not with the wealth. When you talk about how awesome your challengers are, when you talk about how amazing your team is and how much you love your job, how much fun you have at, live events, and when you talk about how somebody in your challenge group is down 8 pounds in 5 days and you couldn't be more excited for them, that's a solution that people want to be a part of. So talk about, get that emotional connection and lead with things like that. And like Bonnie Engel says, she leads her, what do I want to say? She leads her, oh my gosh, sorry, I got a text message. I got distracted. Her post and everything as a public coach sneak peek. So if somebody tells her like, oh, I don't think I could coach because I don't know enough people, she's going to make a post about it and be like, oh my gosh, I just got off an awesome call with somebody that totally didn't think that she could be a coach, because you know what? She thought she didn't know enough people. But the cool thing was, I told her that our team has built itself based off of social media and focusing on making relationships. And I lead training to help, our team leads training to help you figure out how that happens. So, like, I'm so glad that she took the time to talk to me, and I'm so excited for her to get started, or something like that. And I just did that last Monday. I did that with two girls, Pamela and Alex. They were just getting started. And I said, I'm so excited for our call. Pam and Alex are awesome. They just told me that, they weren't sure if they wanted to be a coach because they didn't, they weren't where they wanted to be in their journey. And they just weren't sure because they didn't know enough people. But what's really cool is our team runs training for social media. And you know what? The best coaches are people that are real and relatable. And so I'm combating those objections. And the more that you can do that, and Bonnie Engel is posting about coaching at least once a day. If you want to be successful, put it in there once a day. It doesn't have to be like, fill out this woohoo form to apply here. It's just like, I love my job because of this. I love my job because of this. So follow her and see how she does it. And even though she's up here because she's, paid off her debt in full and $400,000 or something crazy, don't let that be a deterrent, because it's actually awesome that you are where you are right now. Because sometimes people see that and they're like, that's unattainable. I can't do that. So if you're just paying your electric bill or your groceries or your rent, or you're having other successes versus that, or it's emotional, it's physical. Sometimes like the littler things that are really just like, you know what, I was so excited that today I had more energy, and I realized that instead of always telling my kids, no, I didn't feel like playing with them, I was able to get down on the ground and play with them and not feel absolutely exhausted like I always do at the end of the day. So things like that whatever is talking to your target market is going to help you so much more than, constantly leading with, here's my paycheck. So don't ever post a picture of your paycheck like, hey, thanks, Beachbody. Like things like that are what they really drilled home with, that could honestly lead Beachbody to not be allowed to be anymore. So you can never allow Beachbody or your post to make people think that this is a get quick or get rich quick kind of thing. So, and they started saying that even on your pictures, if you can't like post a picture of your house and be like, thanks, Beachbody, you would have to, you have to put the disclaimer on pictures. Just be very, very clear that if you talk about money and you give it back to thanks to Beachbody, you have to use that disclaimer. And if you write words on a picture that's like, thanks to Beachbody, I did this, you got to put that disclaimer. And and they're like, yeah, but people say, oh, but it makes the picture look pretty. Well, do you want a job or not? And that's kind of what it comes down to, because we could honestly lose everything. So it's important for you to lead with integrity, so that the entire company also is able to, grow from these things. Don't build a business based on finances, build a business based on helping people. So that's why I really focus on, Success Club and the 3 Lives Changed, club. It's not, because a lot of times people are like, what's Success Club? So for my leaderboard that I make, I say 3 Lives Changed Club. So people can know that what you're doing is you're being recognized for changing lives. Don't get off course. So you will hear crickets. Like I said, you'll hear people tell you no, people will question what you're doing, but just keep going. I can't tell you, I've had 2 of my best friends make fun of me all the time for this. Me and my Melissa, our sister Amanda, literally like unfollows us because she hates our posts. I've had people like tell me, oh, I wish I could get paid to take selfies all day and like videos of my dog. Like, wow, yeah, you could just sign up with me and I'll teach you how, so I don't even let people like get to me, because you know what, like if it's not worth it for me to get, bent out of shape or anything over these things, but just know that it's going to happen. So, focus on helping people, focus on providing value, inviting, sharing, and that will create growth. So what I want you guys to do, when we get off this call, I want you to go to your Facebook profile. And I want you to do a couple of things. I want you to go to your Facebook profile and say, are my posts adding value? If you look and you're just a bunch of selfies, then maybe not. Do you occasionally share recipes? Do you occasionally share workout videos? Do you occasionally share, motivation? That you need to be adding value. If somebody, and you don't have to make recipes. I'm not going to tell you like, you need to be Chef Ramsay, On my like page, I just go to the Beachbody blog and I will save the picture, copy the recipe, post it there. And at the bottom, I just post the link. So it's not even me doing it, but I'm still sharing it sometimes. So, and I want you to also ask yourself a couple other questions if you go to your page. if I went to, so I was a total stranger, and if I went to your page, could I tell that you were a fitness coach and that I could join you and be a fitness coach with you? If you can't, you are not sharing enough about the coaching opportunity. And then I want you to look and see, if I went to my page, could I tell that I run monthly fitness challenges and that I could, or wait, I didn't say that right. If I went to your page, could I tell that you run monthly fitness challenges and that I could join you in them? So that's the difference between being like, got my workout in, and being like, oh my gosh, I'm absolutely loving this program. I love how much I understand food finally. And the fact that I only have to work out 30 minutes at home opposed to the hour and a half I used to spend at the gym, and I'm finally getting results, is just absolutely amazing. And if you've ever been confused about what to eat, how much to eat, and what to do exercise wise, you should join me, because this is the best thing I've ever done. I'm loving our fitness and nutrition boot camp. So, things like that. And if you go back in the last 2 weeks and you haven't invited people to challenge groups and coaching, that needs to be a once a week at least thing for both of them. A challenge group post once a week, a coaching post once a week. I post every day about coaching. I haven't today, but almost every day it's something about coaching. And sometimes it's just something, a lot of it is just gratefulness. And it's not like join my team. It's just like, because of this awesome opportunity, I can't believe that I'm able to, hang out with my husband while he's working on his business and still able to, work on me, things like that. So it doesn't matter if it's something that's teeny, teeny, tiny. Like Molly made a great post yesterday about being grateful for her job. Her job told her that she couldn't bring in shakes or any outside food. She works in a restaurant. And I just love the way that she did that. She said, on the same day, I got told that I couldn't do this. I have to go outside to eat if I wanted to eat healthy in my car or whatever. And on the same day, my other job rewarded that. And it wasn't like, look at me with all this money I'm making. It was just grateful for this opportunity. And I loved it. So be intentional and create value. Think about why you started. If you ever listen to any of Melanie Mitro's talks, she's always talking about be intentional. She knows what she's going to do before she sits down on that computer. She doesn't scroll through Facebook to figure out, okay, I'm just going to do this when I first wake up because I think I'm doing productiveness, but you're not. So right now, the first thing that I do is, and I'm usually scrambling to my computer because I'm running late to power hours, but the first thing that I do is I get on for our 7 a.m. power hour. And we have a system, and we know that we are going to message, invite, follow up, respond to messages 531, and we're going to, connect with new people every day. And it's changed my business so much, because I used to just wake up and was like, scroll. Oh, that person might want to lose weight. So like that's not helping your business as much as you might think it is. So stop doing that. Melanie Mitchell always says she lets herself scroll. She gives her that, that's like her reward for, I got all my stuff down. Now I can scroll on Facebook. And I love that. I think that it should be your reward. And remind me, we'll talk about interest lists at the end, because that is an awesome way to still get to interact with people you want to talk to, but not forget about them totally, but not be scrolling on Facebook. So, think about why you started, and also think about the same objections that you used to have before you were a coach or before you were a challenger or whatever, and talk about those things, and just kind of make a post like, I used to think that I could never be a sales, I used to think that I could never do something like this, because I can't tell you how many jobs I turned down because I said I wasn't a salesperson. I said I wasn't good at it. And you know what? Turns out I don't need to be a salesperson. I just need to be documenting my journey and trying to be the best version of myself, and just inviting people along with me. So just kind of talking about that and getting over those critiques. So I want you guys to all write in the chat what your biggest objection to coaching was before you signed on. So we can kind of get some ideas of what those are, and we can all take those and make those into posts and combat those objections. For me, my biggest objection was the money. I just didn't have the money to do it. I was nervous. I was so scared. I had $7 in my bank account. I put it on the credit card, and I'm pretty sure I lied to my husband about how much it actually was. But we weren't married at the end, so that's okay. But I remember that being my biggest thing was, I can't do this. Like, I can't put any more debt on. So, and then I'll get to those objections in a second. But read Good to Great by Jim Collins. And I haven't read this yet. This was I think Jeff Hill suggested this. It's like a study of people and how they, react to things and things like that. But I think the way he was talking about that would be very good in being thoughtful in what you do and how people relate to you. And then Michelle Myers used this. Love this. If you use cheap bait, you will end up with cheap or stupid fish. And she bait people with purpose. And this just goes back to not leading with the financial thing. Lead with, I'm so excited that I get to help people and I get to help other women find something that they finally feel like they matter and that they have a purpose. For me, I had no purpose whatsoever before I started coaching. So that was very much a reason why I wanted to start. So I lead with those kind of things that I struggled with and that I, have dealt with in the past. So she said, you can catch a bluegill with spit. And she goes, and if you're not a fishing girl, you probably have never heard of a bluegill, and nobody knows it because nobody eats it. It's a stupid fish. It doesn't taste good. And she's like, I have literally spit before, and a bluegill comes up because they think it might be food, and I catch it with a Tupperware container. So she's like, if you use cheap bait, you will end up with cheap, stupid fish. And I love that because you know what? Start talking about you wanting to, in or out, come on. Start talking to people about how you want hard workers. You want people that, want to make a difference for you and your family, like things like that. Start instead of being like, oh, just find those worker bees sometimes and start talking to, people. Have you ever thought like you were made to do more? Have you ever thought that you were underpaid, underappreciated, that you were meant to be inspiring more people and doing something of more meaning, things like that are going to attract people, versus like, here's my paycheck, who wants to join me? So that was kind of something that they really hit home a lot. Okay, so we went over this a little bit in our diamond call today. The leadership ladder, and your upline diamond coach will start talking to you about this if it's not me. The leadership ladder is so important. What I want you to do is go into your coach online office, and where it says like your success club points, there's also a leadership ladder. So you click there. This is your homework, so write it down. You don't have to do it now. Click there and write down what rung you are in. And you may not have one yet if you're a new coach or you haven't been hitting Success Club or don't have coaches under you, but I want you to write down what you need to do to get to the next rung. And it'll say like your rank is this, or your next rank is this, and this is what you have to do to get there. It may be sign increase your volume. It may be have coaches hit Success Club, but I want you to figure out what it is you need to do, and then message your upline about what you need to do to get to advance to the next rank. Write this down. Message your upline to tell them what you need to do to get to the next rung or rank, whatever you want to call it. It's like written as RUNG in there. So leadership ladder is really important. And I didn't put a lot of emphasis on it at first. I was like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm just going to have them get to diamond. But 1%, only 1% of people that were team leaders, which is a ranking in that leadership ladder, only 1% of them dropped rank once they hit diamond. And 35% of non-team leader diamonds drop rank. So that's why it's so important to focus on this, because it's not just how many coaches you have underneath you, it's how you are duplicating to help your coaches grow. It's how you're getting your coaches to also be successful, to also be leaders, to also be signing coaches and things like that. And then 53% of people that were team leaders diamonds advanced in rank to like a star diamond, and only 19% of non-team leaders. So that just shows that a team leader, as you grow, I think business starter is the first rank. And as you grow, you are going to be a more stable coach. You're going to be making more money financially, and you're going to be growing more successful people. So that's you focusing on the overall picture instead of just, I need to get to diamond, because you also need to grow your weak leg volume. You also need to help coaches hit Success Club. You also have to help coaches sign their own coaches, things like that. So yes, make a note to talk to your upline about what you need to do to get to the next rank, and they will help you do that. Okay, so team leader is a rank in the leadership ladder. So when you go into that leadership ladder, click see more, and it'll explain it a little bit better. But also, if you type in Brittany Leggett leadership ladder, she has a good, I think it's like an 8-minute video, 6 or 8 minutes. So type her name into YouTube, and she explains it really well, like her video on that. So top 10 coach has on average for 2016, has on average, or 2015, 7 coaches a month that are a team leader. And a team leader is a high rank. So I actually don't have any team leaders yet. So for somebody to have 7 team leaders is really awesome. In the top 25, they had about 5 team leaders a month. And that's 5 coaches underneath them that are at this successful team leader rank. Top 50 had about 3, top 100 had about 2, top 200 had a little less than 2, and all elite had on average 1.6 a month. So for me, I didn't have any. So I'm the outlier in there, but I didn't even really focus on that. I didn't even talk about the leadership ladder or anything like that. So I want you to kind of dig into that leadership ladder this year and kind of, work to understand that more. This is amazing, and feel free to ask your upline to do this with you. So be blameless. And Michelle Myers touched on this. She's been a coach for like 7 years. She's awesome. So say, you wanted to host a webinar or a coaching webinar, a coach sneak peek, or a getting started right call, something like that. So, and they put a lot of emphasis on doing your own coach sneak peek webinars, because that just shows that you're a leader. Start acting like you're a leader. It doesn't matter if one person shows up. It doesn't matter if, and Melanie Mitchell said the first time she did a coaching webinar, one person showed up and they were already one of her coaches. She did it anyways because she needed the practice. So say you wanted to do a coaching webinar. Okay. So the first time I am going to, as your coach. So I'm going to do it and you're going to watch it and then we're going to talk about it. The next time we're going to do it together. We're going to host that call together and then we'll talk about it at the end. And then the third time you're going to do it. I'm going to watch and then we're going to talk and I'll tell you how you can, change that up. And then the fourth time you're going to do it and one of your coaches is going to watch and you're going to repeat the process. So whether it be a getting started right call, a getting started right call probably could do with, less exposures because I also have those recorded too. But like a coaching webinar or something like that, just love that because that's duplicating that you are blameless. Nobody can say, my coach didn't help me. They didn't show me how to do anything. You showed them exactly what to do. And if they didn't do it, then it's you are not to be blamed for that. So, okay, this was really cool. This was Melanie Mitro's. Oh my gosh, we have 24 people on this call. This makes me so happy, by the way. Sorry, squirrel. So this was Melanie Mitro's calendar. She always says, have a plan in place. So what she does is she also has business hours. So people can clearly see that 8 to 4:30, Tuesday 12 to 3, and 8 to 10, Wednesday 8 to 4:30, Thursday 8 to 1 p.m., Friday 7 to 8 power hour. And she can see that. So for me, I used to just leave I do this thing called acuity scheduling and it's free. Or wait, maybe $10 a month. I don't know. Melanie Mitchell kept saying it's free, but I'm pretty sure I pay $10 a month. But I can't remember. If anybody's on this call and you have acuity scheduling, just let me know if it's free or not, because I can't remember. But what I do is I send in my email, I send a link. And if you're my coach, you have seen that link to go and schedule a call with me in the first 72 hours. And I have blocked, I used to have it literally like Monday through Friday, like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. available. And now I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like I have our team call and I have, some other things, but I don't want to schedule things in the evening. Like Matt works till about 5 or 5:30. I don't want to have a 3-hour window where I'm not, able to talk to him when our evenings are our things. So I went in and I scheduled like a smaller window that people can only schedule from. And I have one evening that I allow later calls, but I have like a 3 to 4 hour window where you can schedule calls, and I don't do calls on the weekend. And I'm at that place now where I can do that. But you better believe it. When I was working 3 jobs, I was having calls on my lunch break. I was having calls on the way home from work. I was having calls at night. I was having calls on the weekend, wherever I could fit it in. But now I'm like, this is my time. And you know what? I remember Matt and I have had fights so many times about me being glued to my phone and me not giving him enough, of my time, which, like I said, it's a lot of sacrifice. If you hear any top coaches, they're going to be like, thank you to my husband, thank you to my significant other, whatever, because I ignored you for a long time for this, things like that. And so I know I've been there. I've been really crappy to him, especially the first 2 years. I'm starting to really try to focus on being better, but luckily right now he's busy. So he's, having other things that he's working on too, when we're sitting down sometime and doing that. But I remember one time he literally said, we were about to watch a movie, and he said, I'm not watching another movie by myself. And I was like, and if you know Matt, like, he doesn't say things, like he thinks a lot about it before things come out. So I was like, okay. Like, that was a huge eye opener for me, like more than yelling, more than anything. So I really try to at least schedule some time where I know, like, okay, I have a call from here to here. This time I'm going to block off for, Matt and I. So I really hope that you get to, focus on at least, especially with kids, focusing on still having them, sacrifice where you can, yes, but still, if you need to schedule in family time, do it. So this is her calendar. And so she's got New Coach University, New Year, New You Challenge Group, and team call. Okay, so basically what she does is she advertises her challenge group the first 2 weeks of the month. So she is advertising and advertising and advertising. And then the 3rd and 4th week of the month, she is advertising coaching. So what she actually does is, and you know what, let me see. I think I have all her slides. Hold on, I'll get it. So what she does is she makes, and she kind of told us, what she does is she uses her blog, and she makes a blog post about the challenge group, about all the information. She makes a YouTube video. She embeds that in there. She talks about the challenge group, what to expect. She shares it on Facebook and Instagram. And for her coaching, she does a Wufoo application. And wufoo.com is a free source to be able to do applications and things. And I do those in mine a lot, that I just say name, number, email, what's the best way to contact you, what's your goals, things like that. Short and sweet is best. She talks about it daily for 1 to 2 weeks, before, whether it's a challenge group or coaching. She's talking about it every day. She's planting seeds. She's planting breadcrumbs. And then if you've ever read the book Jab, Jab, Hook, Jab, Jab, Right Hook, I can't remember what it's called. I actually haven't read it, but I need to, but it's not on audio right now. But it's basically like your little post every day, like #best job ever, or your grateful posts are like little jabs. And then it's like the right hook is when you're like, hey, if you want to join us for our live What is Coaching webinar tonight, send me a message or comment below for me to send you the link. So you're kind of like planting seeds, and then right hooking them at least, once a week to, invite them to something, or to comment, or to fill out a form, things like that. So another thing she talks about is, leading business opportunity calls. So this is what we do right now for our live happy hour. And I'm going to change it, because what I was doing is just kind of showing the videos that we have in our 3-day sneak peek, but I want it to be totally different. I want it to be live. I want it to be me talking about us and our team. And I challenge you to start doing your own. And I even have slides already made that I could send you, and you could, kind of make them your own. But, I think if you are a diamond coach, you should think about doing your own, because it is your own team, and it is you, inviting people to join you. So I know that's something really huge and out of your comfort zone. But again, we can do the I do, you do, we do. I do, we do, you do step with that as well. but it gives you an extra level of credibility. It helps people take the leap of faith to join your team. They see you live, they get to hear your voice, they get to see that you're really fun to be around, and then record it on YouTube so that you easily can share it later. So, we have that 28-minute video that I've done and that you can share people. How great would it be for you to have that of you to share with other people too? And so teach confidence all the time. Put yourself where others view you as a leader. Fake it till you make it if you have to. If you don't think you're a leader, start talking about it like you are. Start talking about your team. I don't care if your team is your team of 2. Like, I don't care if it's a team of 1. I love my team so much. I'm so excited. We're rocking. Like, just own it. Fake it till you make it kind of thing. But, just let other people know that you love what you do. You're successful. You're a leader. Even if you have to convince yourself before you actually believe it, that's going to really change so much stuff. Eye-catching images at high traffic times. This was something I never really thought of. And she said she looks at the chat box. And as the chat numbers go up, she can kind of tell what is a high traffic time. So she kind of looks at that to kind of have an idea of, okay, about 8 o'clock or, whatever it is. I know that that's a high traffic time. So I'm going to catch some eye-catching images, inviting people to my coach sneak peek or, whatever. You can save ones you like from other coaches and try to make it your own, things like that. But yeah, so I just think that the biggest thing is you as a coach, you want to create an environment for your coaches that they can invite other people to. So for me, I want to offer these sneak peeks and offer these things that you can invite your coaching to. And then as you grow, I want you to do the same thing for your team. But I want to give you guys a place where you can grow and, easy for you as a new coach or for your new coach to be like, hey, you should jump on this live webinar. It totally explains what we do. So a new coach isn't like, oh my gosh, I have to make this new webinar. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to do that. It's your job to help your coaches get coaches and things like that. So I think that's kind of all I wanted to talk about. The one last thing, and this was kind of on Bonnie Engel's National Wake Up Call. She said, make 3 lists at the start of every month. And so what she does is, I'm just going to stop share, make 3 lists at the start of each month. 1 is your challengers, all the people in your current groups. Okay, so these are the people that you're going to invite. So anybody that's a challenger, you're going to invite them to coaching. 2, all of your no's, all the people you need to follow up with. Those are people that have told you no in the past, and you're going to invite them to coaching. 3, prospects, people you think would be great coaches or challengers. So you're going to write down all of these people, and those are the people that you're going to go and invite to coaching. And honestly, you're just going to keep things simple and focus on increasing your Success Club base. You hit Success Club, you sign coaches and teach them to hit Success Club, and then you teach them to do the same thing with their team. And just drill in the importance of Success Club for everybody, because that is honestly, that's your gas in your car. If you want to go, you need Success Club. Some other things she says, post 3 to 5 times a day. Answering objections publicly, she says, is kind of like her public coach sneak peek, like I said. Share about the highlights of coaching, kind of make it your reality show. And everybody's different. If you look at Bonnie Engel, she's always posting selfies. That's almost all of her stuff, but the content is good. But also don't just turn your profile into Bonnie Engel's profile either. You want to make sure that it's you, and you can take stuff from top coaches. And I see Jonathan and Nick are both on the call. 2 really awesome coaches that I love following that are male are Trey Bearer, Bearor. He's really raw. He's always saying the F word. I love him. And then I actually got to meet him at New Leader Conference. And then Caleb Thomas is also awesome. His YouTube videos are great. He's a cool dude. Who else? Kobe Linder. And then Scotty Hobbs. And Nick actually told me he's been following Scotty Hobbs forever, and he decided to sign up with me. And I was like, well, thank you. Glad I beat out Scotty Hobbs, but we'll figure this out together. Scotty Hobbs is definitely awesome. He's a dad of 5 kids, and he's been a top coach. In 2013, he's super awesome. He's under Lindsay Matway. So yeah, those are some guys for you guys to follow for inspiration. So, coach lingo is the last thing I kind of wanted to talk about on. People don't really know what a challenge group is. So, I would kind of really focus on what it is instead of just saying, hey, who wants to join our challenge group? People are going to be like, what is that? So think about if I wasn't a coach, would I understand what this means? So, change your mindset, change your wording, use support group or something like that. Sarah, is that Jonathan Stewart? Always say we in terms of a goal. And I really always do this with my team. And I've done that also for you guys to understand the importance of elite. I didn't say, guys, I really want to get to elite. So can you get your shit together and help me? It was, we need to be an elite team. And when you do that, it's awesome how, we have a really tight knit team dynamic when you look at other teams that honestly don't. And I love that. And I think that's so much that I put so much emphasis on we. And when I talk about posts, it's we, my team, our team is awesome. There's no there's no I, it's we are freaking awesome. And so when you do that, that's kind of like everybody wants to belong. So when you're putting out things like that, people are like, dude, what is it that you're doing? A lot of people that, have low self-confidence that need this too, they will be people that want to belong to a community, that want to be involved. So another thing I do is with challenge groups, I really talk to my clients. And if I really try to get on the phone with them either before they order or after. And I talk to them about their goals, about their struggles. And I'm going to talk to them about, hey, this is some examples that I like to do, quick ideas for meal prep, things like that. When you take your challengers seriously and you have the ability to change their life and you're trying to make it a really fun, awesome, positive interaction, they are going to become coaches. So I really try to focus on making challenge groups fun, making them interactive. I check in on my challengers once a week. I private message them, especially the ones they're posting a lot. If they fall off, okay, I'll check in on a couple of times, then I'll follow up with them next month. But people that are posting a lot, I'm like, dude, you're doing awesome. And then you can kind of give them little assignments oh my gosh, I totally love so much that you're posting every day. It seriously takes so much stress off of me. Thank you so much. All I ask you is that you just keep commenting and liking on people's posts. And then after that, you can be like, girl, you are seriously doing half of what I do as a coach. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? And sorry, Jonathan and Nick, I just don't even know how to not say girl. So, but yeah, so that's kind of everything that.
No need to apologize.
Oh, Siri just told me no need to apologize. I don't even know what just happened. That was creepy. So what did Molly just say? I ask every challenger what their favorite food is, and then I send them a personalized recipe of a 21-day fix approved recipe for that food before the challenge. Oh my God, that's a genius. I like that. A genius. I am a genius. Yeah, I love that. What if they don't answer you back when you check in? If these are current challengers, I like to send something of value after that. If they don't respond hey girl, I was just making this healthy 21-day fix approved chili or chicken or whatever. I just wanted to shoot it your way. How's everything going? So maybe add them something of value. Go to their page, see if you can find something oh my gosh, I saw you guys just got pictures done. How was it? Totally off topic. Doesn't even have to be 21-day fix. So I try to see about what I can learn from their page before. So that was kind of unorganized at the end, and I know I probably missed some stuff, but I probably will put it into a short video that I can post later. So what questions do you guys have? Because I kind of did not look at all at the chat. So does anybody have any questions about anything we've covered or anything at all?
I have a question. April.
Yeah, go for it. Who is this? I can't even. Oh, Molly.
Oh, sorry. When you were showing Melanie Mitro's kind of outline of her month.
Yeah.
And, when I first started as a coach and what I'm telling my coaches and, for all the new coaches on the call, is her outline where she does 2 weeks all challenge posts and then 2 weeks all coaching posts. Is that recommended for new coaches also?
I don't think it's not that she's not still planting seeds, because she still talks about her workout every day. She still posts a workout selfie even when she's in coach mode. So I think she's still talking about it and documenting her journey, but it's not so much my next challenge group starts because you know what? She's already got her people for that challenge group for the month. So she's not currently accepting anybody else. So I definitely think that is more tailored to somebody that's been a coach longer, I can see that too. So I don't think that you should totally drop the ball. But like I said, I think once a week it should be challenge group, and once a week it should be coaching posts, and at least every other day, like breadcrumbing in those coach posts. So yeah, you don't want to just totally forget one or the other, but that's kind of how her system is. So yeah, that would be tweaked for a newer coach, because in a new coach, even if you say, oh, my challenge group starts this day, you're not going to turn people down because you're trying to get more people, you're trying to get new clients. You're not going to be like, I already found my 5, sorry. So yeah, you could tweak that. Anything else? I have to go through this chat. I hope you guys were just talking to each other. Did anybody have any questions that didn't get, Mac attack. Did anybody have any questions that didn't get answered in the chat?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I just signed a coach, but it's showing up as she's a customer under me, not a coach, like a new personally sponsored coach. Is that like a glitch in the system maybe?
Did you go to your previous office view?
No, I'm locked out of that and it won't let me like reset my password. Yeah.
How are you locked out of it? Log out altogether in Beachbody.
Okay.
And then log in, and then go to previous office view. And she should be under, if you go to genealogy there, she should be there. If she's not, then I would call Coach Relations right away.
Okay.
Yeah, Melissa had that happen one time, that somebody signed up as a customer, but Melissa has literally everything go wrong happen to her. So I'm hoping that's not the case for you.
I use the mobile, like the Coach mobile app.
And you definitely get Coach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not sure. So yeah, just go into your previous office view, because that will update right away, and under genealogy, and see if she's there. Otherwise, I would give Coach Relations a call. Okay, so what other questions do you have? Jesse says, oh, that was privately. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Any other questions or any other thoughts, or not sure? Does anybody feel like I don't know where to go from here? Jesse? Okay. So Jesse, I'm going to call, I just saw Danielle Mullen lower his hand. Jesse, where are you at with are you on a current challenge or current fitness program? Are you doing a set schedule? Unmute yourself. Okay.
Did it work?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm on Hammer and Chisel right now.
Okay. What day are you on?
Either 9. I think 9.
Okay. So what I would do is take a look at Autumn Rodriguez or Tanner or Sarah. They are all doing an awesome job. And if some of you else are, I don't mean to offend you. I just know that they are. They're doing an awesome job of being like day 21 of 60 and, talking like that. And I think that the more that you can just document it and talk about your journey, the more people are going to be like, what is this Hammer and Chisel? And when I was talking about it, I have not been as diligent as I was in the beginning, but I was all December, I was talking about it. End of November, I was talking about it, I was documenting it, and people were like, what is this? Like, I want to know what it is. I want to challenge. So talk about what you love about the program, what for me, I was talking about how I'm a boot camp queen. Like, I love feeling like, I'm being, pushed. I love that it took me like 3 weeks to see the same workout twice, kind of thing. So just talking about it every day, kind of like every day you're going to put that in there. And then, just set a date when your challenge group is going to start. Mine is February 15th, and any of my new coaches can join me too. And then get on board with you and another coach and get a challenge group together. And even if it's 3 people in it, it doesn't matter. Get your people in there. But yeah, just make it really fun. I have a couple documents that I've had created for sample, things to say every day for posting, helping with meal prep, things like that. So just start talking about it every day, being a product of the product. And the sooner that you can go from day 1 to day 60 and have that, success. I posted one after like a week, and I got so many people like, tell me what you're doing. So the more that you can be consistent and document your journey, people are going to want to join you.
Thank you.
April, or just Melanie/Jessie. I was going to chime in and say about the posting every day about your journey thing. I too kind of like, constantly look at Melanie Mitro's, social media, and I saw that she was always doing that. And, I just posted this actually in my team page the other day, but more than like I've been posting every single day, and it's the same picture more or less. I mean, there's not much variation I could do to a sweaty selfie, but every day I've kind of like through my workout been thinking about how I feel and what I'm feeling and that kind of thing. So every single post turns into like almost an invite to a challenge group, because it's talking about my feelings and, if I didn't want to do it that day, or if I felt stronger than ever that day, like whatever I was feeling. And, sometimes I go on like crazy tangents and talk about other things aside from, the workout. But I told my team, like, flex with your heart muscle, like talk about what you're feeling. Like anybody in the world can take a sweaty selfie. It's being more than that is attracting people to be like, what are you doing? Like, this is awesome. And I've totally given up the gym. Like if you've ever listened to the national wake up call about, being a hybrid, I was that coach. I was a hybrid. I would do some home workouts, some walking, some lifting with Zach, and being like 100% the program and nothing else. Like I haven't even worried about steps or anything like that, has been such a game changer for me. And it took me so long of being stubborn to get to that point. But every single day, I'm so thankful that I just did the whole calendar start to finish and brought everyone along with me for that journey.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was a runner. I was a gym rat. And even just before Hammer and Chisel, I was running for that, training for that marathon. And I didn't have time to do anything else. And I hated it. By the end, I seriously just hated it. I hated running, hated everything about it because I missed it. And I was like, I'm being a hypocrite. I'm not doing what I need to be doing. Yes, I'm exercising, but I want people to know that they get great results from the programs. And so that's when I started Hammer and Chisel, and it was like night and day, because before people were talking to me about running and talking to me about this and but I wasn't getting people coming to me about home workouts. So I definitely saw that change too. Yeah, I was just trying to scroll through all of these questions, I think. But what I did was I took all of the objections and I put it into a Word document, and I'm going to kind of clean it up and post it so you guys can all have those objections, and then you can just start picking 2 a week, and you're going to start making a post about, I just talked to somebody and I know that they said they didn't feel like they would be a good coach because of XYZ, but turns out, and things like that. So I'll share those with you so you can use some of those objections. Any other questions or anything? I think this is our world's longest team call. Go us. So, okay, well, thank you guys so much for hopping on. It was a ton of fun, and we're doing bi-weekly diamond calls, and we are so hoping that we can grow it. It's open to our entire downline. So if you're an active diamond coach, you will be able to jump on those, and that's where we really start to dive into helping you grow as a leader, understanding the business better. And next week, Melissa Ludwig will host our team call while I'm in Hawaii with oh, that was so mean. I didn't mean to do that to you, Melissa. I was doing that to everybody else. I'm so sorry. So, okay, I have to hop off because I'm going to feed myself too. So have a great night. Bye.